So you're sitting there watching rates drop and drop and drop, and you might be under contract to close maybe in 45 days, or maybe even 30 days. Is there something you can do? Well, you can reach out to your current lender and see if you can negotiate a lower rate with them. If they tell you no, I might have the solution to you or for you. So I'll give you all my information at the end of the video where you can reach out to us. I'll analyze your loan estimate, basically your mortgage numbers, to see, can we get you a lower rate? Maybe can we get you lower fees? Or can we get you all the above? Can we get you a lower rate and lower fees and still be able to close by the time you're supposed to close? So if you're interested in that, check out at the end of this video. I'll go over all that. But without further ado, let's get to it. My name is Dan Frio. I'm a licensed mortgage advisor in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. What we try to do here on a daily basis is to explain to you real estate, what's going on. We focus in on the mortgage products, the financing piece of this. Why? Because I don't know what's going on with home prices. Because if you live in one part of the country, it might not be so good. If you live in the other part of the country, it might not be so bad. So we don't really go in that area. But what you're seeing right here are the top 6 products people use when they're buying their first house. Okay, you can see where rates are dramatically dropping. Just 60 days ago, rates were 8%. Now we're teetering on about 6.5% on average if you go through all these numbers. So why? What's going on? Well, that's what we're going to take a deep dive into right now. So what predicates a lot of this stuff is basically what the Federal Reserve's doing and what the market's anticipating in regards to inflation. Now, I've been saying the Federal Reserve is basically holding back, saying we're going to keep rates higher for longer. We even might increase rates again. And the reason being behind that is if they came out and said otherwise, the stock market would skyrocket and mortgage rates would plummet. Well, what happened? The stock market went way up and mortgage rates plummeted, as you can see, because the Federal Reserve came out this week and said, we plan on cutting rates 3 times in 2024. So immediately you saw the stock market go up and you see mortgage rates crash. Kind of called that one. And that's what the Federal Reserve was fearing. But let's go over to the economic data. Is it still coming in a good pace that the Federal Reserve can stay on track? Is inflation coming down? Are a lot of numbers starting to come down? Is the economy starting to crack? Well, let's get over to it. So the first thing I do on a daily basis is I go over to this right here, the economic calendar. There's not much in here today. So what I want to focus in on is the data that I can provide you from right here. This is MBS Live. I subscribe to this. If you're out there and you're a mortgage advisor, I'd highly suggest you use this system. If you're a realtor or consumer, just follow me on a daily basis. Watch 5 minutes of my video and you'll be basically up to par on what's basically going on in the economy. So the basics, the news today out is, let's expand this a little bit. Basically, the economic news out right now is manufacturing. How much manufacturing is going on? Are we seeing a pullback or is it kicking back in? Well, there's a huge drop. Okay, the number in right now is the New York Fed's manufacturing data. Previous reading was up a positive 9. They expected that to basically crash down to 2. It came in at negative 14. That is dismal. That means the economy is really starting to retract. That's really the only data we have today. So if you couple a lot of the inflation numbers that we saw throughout the week, the consumer inflation, which is the CPI, producer inflation, which is the PPI, all those numbers are starting to come way back. Now you're starting to have manufacturing coming back, or when I say coming back, really retracting. And now it's the job market that we're going to pay attention to. There's no jobs data today. So let's get to see what's in the headline news. Right here, you're seeing this. Fed's John Williams said the central banks aren't really talking about rate cuts right now. Well, why is he saying that? Well, because the markets are going crazy and that's what the Fed doesn't want to do. Let's get over to the stock market. Let's just see what the stock market did in the last, just since the Federal Reserve came out with their information. That came out on Wednesday. So let's just look at what the chart is for the week. Look through here. It was Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. The Federal Reserve announced that they are not going to increase rates. They're actually going to cut them. What happened? The Dow Jones increased 500 points like that. Okay, let's get over to the bond market that I've been telling you guys about, and I'll put all this in the context here in a second. The Federal Reserve came out just on Wednesday, which was right through here, and look what happened right in here. What this is you're looking at right here, I'll give it right here. Right there is when the Federal Reserve announced. Okay, what you need to know on this, we follow this on a daily basis to figure out what's going on with mortgage rates. So this is telling us, you might say, Dan, well, the rate went from here to way up there. That's a big price increase. Well, no, what we're following here is the mortgage-backed security. It's a bond that trades on Wall Street. This is a mortgage bond that basically dictates your mortgage rate. What you're seeing here is the price of the bond. not the yield, the price. So in this, that just went to zero. What I want you guys to understand, if the price of a bond, any bond, goes up, that means rates are coming down. There's an inverse or a yin-yang effect. If prices go up, rates, or your mortgage rate in this case, goes down. Prices go down, rates go up. The bigger the adjustment, the bigger the move. So what you're seeing here is the price went from here to here. So we basically picked up where we lost probably about 0.5% on mortgage rates just in the last week. Okay, so you see, that's what I'm talking about. Federal Reserve came out and they came and kind of gave us the truth finally. The stock market rallied and mortgage rates plummeted. That's basically what the data was for today. So what do you do if you're locked in at this high rate? You locked in last week or the week before and you're stuck. If you're one of our borrowers, we've already reached out to you most likely, and we're going to work with you to drive down those rates. Okay, but if you're out there and you're like, I'm locked in, I tried to get a hold of my broker or my bank or my lender, and they said, we're locked in. We could pay a fee. We could pay a fee, and it might be a hefty fee to bring down that rate. But let's say you don't want to pay a fee. What do? Well, reach out to me. Okay, you'll go to the rateupdate.com. Let me explain to you what we do. Like I said, my name is Dan Frio. I work at a federal bank, meaning I'm licensed all throughout the country as well as Puerto Rico. But the unique thing that we have is we're also one of the country's largest mortgage brokers. We're set up with 60 of the country's largest lenders. Mortgage companies, credit unions, banks. What we can do is if I can't get you a good rate with my bank, I have the ability to use up to about 63 different companies right now. I can use their programs and their rates. So what we do is when you send me your loan estimate, so if you're locked in, you got a loan estimate, send me that loan estimate. Let me analyze it with over 62 of the country's largest lenders and get back to you and say, okay, the rate and the fees you got are fantastic. God bless you. Stay with it. Don't do anything. Don't call anybody else. Just close on your loan. But wonder if we can save you, yesterday I got a loan in. We saved the borrower 0.5% on their rate and $6,600 in closing fees. Okay, we do this all the time, every day. So how do you reach out to us to do this or figure this out? Well, go to the rateupdate.com. We put a new tab right in there. It says loan estimate. What you're going to do is you're going to click that, give me a little bit of information about you, upload your loan estimate. Probably within 1, 2, 3 hours, I'm going to send you a video back. It's going to compare your rate quote with what we can do with you. And then we're going to scroll down. It's basically a website we created. We're going to scroll down and see what the best rate or the best program is for you. So is it us? With the new rates and programs that we have for you? Or is it the current lender that you're working with now? We don't know. So how you find out is just do that for me. If you're out there and you're like, hey, Dan, I'd really like, rates have come way back down, maybe making houses in my area a little more affordable for me to get into. How do I do this? Well, there's 3 ways to reach out to us. 1, hit the apply now button. What it's going to do is it's going to be a little bit unique. It's going to ask you a few questions. It's not going to launch you right to our website. The reason being is we want to know a little bit about you. What are you looking to do? When are you looking to buy? Then we're going to set you up with a mortgage specialist on my team that can help. Their expertise is right in the wheelhouse of what you're looking for. Or you might say, Dan, can I just call? I just have some questions. I don't really want to go through all that. Can I call or email you? Absolutely. So when you're at the rateupdate.com, you're going to have a whole bunch of tools up through here, okay, calculators and everything. But you're going to scroll down through here. It's going to say, tell us about yourself, choose a plan, get your loan, what kind of products there are, mortgage calculators. But when you come to the bottom, you're going to see 2 things. You're going to see our 800 number as well as my email address. And it is right there. So if we can be of any help to you, please reach out to us today because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I greatly appreciate you guys. I love yesterday's video. We had like 4,000 or 5,000 hits instantaneously. I love that you guys are out there looking to learn the facts about real estate. So that's it for today, guys. It is Friday, what is today's date? The 15th. So all I ask you to do is enjoy your weekend. God bless you. And if you need any help with a mortgage or, just talking through purchasing real estate in 2023 or 2024, please reach out to us. We'd love to help. Take care. God bless. Have a fantastic weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.